Hey everyone, it's Alison here. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia, which is just outside of Vancouver on the west coast of Canada. So welcome. Just going to make sure that my audio is working. Hopefully, yeah, there I am. It says I'm live on YouTube, so that's good. Oh good, and I've got audio. So yay. I just have to wait, hopefully for you guys to pop on. Okay. Alrighty, just wait a couple of minutes, not even minutes. I'm sure someone will pop on shortly once you get your notification, which can take a while. Hi Keisha, how are you, hun? Ah, friend, it's dark out there. At least over here. It's so dark since we changed our clocks. Whoa. Sometimes I look outside and it's like 5:30 and I think, oh wow, it's 9:30, time for bed. No. Oh gosh, just you and me, Keisha. We'll make sure that other people get on and then we'll start. I'm going to use a bundle or a suite, I guess, from the Retiring Mini Catalog. So just wait a couple of seconds here. I'm going to go over here. I'm also going to move my screen so it's in front of me. So now I'm going to go over here and hopefully my mouse will work better than it did last time. It was kind of a nightmare last time, wasn't it? Kind of goofy. Okay, there we go. All right. So Keisha, have you used this bundle at all or this suite, the Garden Walk suite? Sometimes things in a holiday catalog can get, kind of lost. Hi Lena, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. I'm just fixing my light. It's shining in my face. Anyway, sometimes when you have a catalog that we think of as a holiday catalog, some stamp sets can get lost. And this one is right at the back of the catalog. It's on page 52. It is a suite. It's very pretty. And you can use it for birthdays and, just reaching out to people. But it also has a Christmas theme to it too. Yes, the DSP is great. Hi, Ellie. How are you? Yeah, the DSP is really beautiful. It's so beautiful. I have like 6 sheets left. Anyway, let me take you through and show you what's included. So what's included is the Modern Garden. There we are. Modern Garden bundle, which is, hi Mo, which is stamps and a punch. Now, I wouldn't have been drawn to this particularly, except, oh, look at my camera showing. Look at that. Except that it was a product suite that was selected for my all-star video tutorial group. That's a global group of demonstrators. And every month we provide 12 projects using a predetermined group of products. So I'll show you some examples. So these have been the ones we've done in the past. We've done Bright and Beautiful, and we've done Earth and Elegance. That was a pretty one. Zoo Crew, so fun. These are all available for purchase in my tutorial store, but they can also be earned free. So when you make a purchase from me, if you live in Canada, then you get the 12 video all-star tutorials for free, just with your order. This is the one that's selected for December. So it's the one that's coming up. So I had to get it. And then I thought, what am I going to do with it? So it kind of challenged me. And as Keisha said, hi, Jacqueline, I really loved the DSP. So here's the DSP. I have not every sheet left, you guys. I have very few sheets left. This is it. Ooh, and that's a repeat. And that's a repeat. And that's a repeat. So I don't really have as many as I think. So here's what I've got. Let me just kind of lay these out. So we've got ones that are definitely spring and flower and summer. But then this one here is very Christmassy, right? Poinsettia, I think. And the set has wishing you the warm blessings of Christmas. So definitely a Christmas. So that's one side, you get those. And then on the other side, you get ones that are quite generic. I think this is very Christmassy, as is this one. So, you know, it's not just flowers. Think kind of outside the box. Okay, so that's the designer series paper. It is 6 by 6. It is 48 sheets. There's 8 patterns, double-sided, and you get 6 of each, so that's a lot of paper. And then the embellishments are called blooming pearls, which always makes me think of blooming onion. Have you guys had a blooming onion? They're so good. Anyway, that's what that reminds me of. I love these. Look at these. These are pearls, and they've got like an iridescent mother of pearl look to them. Let me just check and see what colors they say are in here. Garden green, gold, petal pink, and pretty peacock. And then you get 2 different sizes. These are actually not retiring. They're carrying forward. So check those out. And then there's ribbon. And the ribbon is a really pretty one. It's Calypso Coral, which you don't usually see. This is all I've got left. I think I've got about a yard left. And it is, let's see here, braided linen trim. Really nice. Okay. So grab those before they sell out. Okay. So my card today, I am going to make a Christmas themed card. I'm going to start here with Poppy Parade. I've got my standard 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So let's just deal with that. And I can set that aside for a sec. I'm not using the basic black. I'm just using it. You'll see in a minute why I'm using it. I've got a piece of window sheet. Okay, these come in 12 by 12 and you can cut them down. And then I've got a scrap of basic white. And then I've got a piece of that pattern that I think looks like poinsettias. And it's cut 3 by 3. Okay, my window sheet is cut 4 1/4 by 3. Okay, so let me start by grabbing my trimmer. Let me just move all of this. I'm going to bring in a piece of grid sheet. This is the ones we used to sell for the Stamparatus. Just going to need that here. I'm going to make sure I'm in the shot, which would help. Ooh, bring that down. Here we go. Okay, so I've got my 3 by 3, and I'm going to cut this into strips of 1/2. Okay, but what I want you to make sure you're doing when you're doing that is, let me put this onto the other side, is I want you to lay this down in the order that you're trimming it. Okay, because we're going to reconstruct it. So I'm going to trim that, and that's going to be on the outside. And then I'm just going to keep going, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. This technique I'm going to show you, I have no idea what it's called. It kind of looks like it's floating. I don't know, maybe someone when I finish, you'll know what it is. You can tell me. And that last 1/2 inch. That last one's hard to do. Okay, maybe I'll use a little piece of tape just to hold it down because it's wanting to move. You get to these smaller little bits, it's wanting to kind of scoot away. Okay, so that's our 6 pieces, each of them 1/2 inch. Okay, and I've left them in the order. So if you were to put this back together, you can see it forms the pattern. Okay, that's important that you keep it in the order. Okay, all right, let's grab my little window sheet. And remember I was saying I have a piece of basic black. That's just so I can see where I'm putting my pieces. Okay, so I'm going to start by grabbing the first one, so the outside right-handed one, and I'm going to glue it to the edge. I just turn it over. What's what I love about my white glue is I can see what I'm doing. Okay. If you get a little bit of glue where you don't want it, don't worry too much about it. I'm just going to wipe it away. It's fine. So that's the first piece. I'm going to put the far right piece on next. Now, you don't have to do it my way. You can do it however you like. And I've made a few of these, and sometimes it's not perfect, and you couldn't tell. I'll show you, and you'll go, oh, I can't tell. Okay, so I don't tend to get too worried about it. All right, so we've got the outsides done, and now we're going to place the insides at 1/4 inch between, roughly. Okay, so 1/4 inch is one of these squares. Remember we used to use graph paper? I'm just going to see that this matches up pretty well, and it does. Excellent. Okay, so back, moving these away. And then I'm just going to grab some tape. I found that if I took some tape and I taped it down, it's just, you call it repositionable tape, right? It's not Scotch tape, because then your paper would be ripped and you don't want that. So do that. Okay, just hold those in place. Then you're going to make sure, I picked this up but then I dropped it. You're going to make sure that that pattern is where you want it. That it's not upside down or goofy. So what's this called, you guys? Is it a floating image? I don't think so. A floating image to me is the ones where they spin around, like, you know, it's on a string or a piece of linen thread or something. So does anybody know what these are called? There's different ways of doing it. Sometimes people stick them down and then use a shape, like a rectangle or a circle, and cut it out. And then it just looks like it's suspended. So there must be a name for it. I bet somebody, you don't know. Hi, Leanne. How are ya? Is it hot enough for you where you are? I think it's heating up. I saw your post the other day that it was heading into the worst time of year in Perth. Heading up to the 30s. Yuck. I know you hate it. Okay, so can everyone see that? So I have stuck this down to the piece of window sheet. They're 1/2 inch wide, and they're spaced 1/4 inch. Okay, and we're just going to let that sit because, you know, the white glue kind of slips around. Okay, so let's grab. It is floating. Thank you, Jacqueline. I wasn't sure. That makes sense that it would be floating. Okay, I'm going to grab Poppy Parade ink. And they're stuck together. I've got a couple of images here. Let me show you here. I just grabbed this. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one and these. Thinking maybe they were a little Christmassy. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Refer to my card so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay. So now I want to just kind of randomly stamp some images. It's just tone on tone. I did remember to ink up my ink pad, and I'm not going to add too many, but I want a few so that you might be able to see some through those openings in the window sheet. Adding more than I thought, but that's okay. Yeah, that looks good. You can always add more in a minute if you think it's not, strong enough. Okay, so let me grab my focal point because it is dry. Now, you could just glue this down, but I took some dimensionals, and very hot and very windy, record temp for November. Oh, it's almost 40 degrees. Oh no, Leanna, you're going to get those horrible fires that you get. Leanna's from Perth, Australia, and we met through Stampin' Up. surprisingly enough, Leanne loves to come to Canada. She even went to Toronto in minus whatever, and she loved it. She likes the cold versus the hot. So she came a few times, and each time her and her sister came and visited me in my studio, which was so exciting. And then we became friends. So, you know, you say stamping doesn't bring people together. I mean, that's a world away. Isn't it? Half a world away. So I've just put some dimensionals on. I'm going to sneeze. And I'm going to apologize. Excuse me. So let's line that up. And just look in here. I'm going to put another, I'm going to just put another set of flowers in there so that it sort of shows through the acetate. So you won't be able to tell it's all kind of goofy there. Okay, there we go. So just sort of center that. Okay, so that's what we've got. So I guess one could ask, well, why don't you just pop these up as strips? Which I did ask myself. What's the difference? I don't know if there is a difference, except that in person you can see that window sheet, and it is kind of cool, and it's raised, and it looks good in person. Okay. Hi, Diane. How are you? Okay. Scrap of paper. Let's grab the sentiment, because that is a Christmas design. Wishing you the warm blessings of Christmas. And grab the punch that matches the modern garden. The punch is carrying forward. Okay, so that's good news, because there is a stamp set in the new catalog that's coming out that coordinates with it. Okay, so now I'm also going to pop this up. So a lot of popping uppy on this card. Usually I don't do too many pop-ups, like choose one and one and done, but I wanted this card that doesn't have a lot of dimension on it. So this, or a lot of interest, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So this just adds that dimension. So I'll just do that. And then to finish it off, let's grab some ribbon and some of those blooming pearls. So the Real Red and Burlap ribbon, I didn't want to use the Calypso. I didn't think it went together very well. So I love this ribbon. This is Real Red. And I know my card is poppy, but it doesn't matter. It goes. It's fine. So let's tie a nice bow. And trim that off. This is very pretty ribbon. It's got a really pretty edge to it. I don't know if you can see. Ooh, look at my nails. Yikes. Awful. Good thing I'm not a hand model. That's all I'm going to say. All right, we need a glue dot, which you can use your glue dots. I like, as you guys know, I like the paper pumpkin dots. Just my thing because they're flat. So turn that over. And I'm just going to put that there. Take that off. And I like these because they're flat. And I'm going to just stick that at the top. There we go, a little ribbon. And then let's add some pearls. And let's put some gold on. It's a Christmas card, right? So let's really add those, and maybe maybe this kind of bluey greeny one. There we go. All right. So whatever this technique is called, we've just created a card. Okay. I'm going to show you one more that uses a different pattern. Now, if you have a pattern of paper that creates kind of a scene. And I'm thinking the Very Cute paper, which I didn't bring out, but let's see if we can see it in the catalog. So you can see that this creates a little scene. I think the presents would be cute too. Okay, so here's a card using the Very Cute, same idea, but you see how if this was put back together, it's a continuous scene, and by just splitting it up, it's really effective. It's probably more effective than this one, but I wanted to do, I needed something for a video for an upcoming blog post, and so I had to use these papers, so wanted to do that. Okay, so those are fun, and look how quick that was. That was so fast, you guys, like zip, 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 right? So fast. Okay, now you all know that the list has come out, the last chance list. Here it is, last chance. And I provided in my newsletters, my last two newsletters, a better sized font to read these, because the one that Stampin' Up! Gives us is notoriously bad. This has no French sets in it, and it's a lot easier to read, and it's got all your discounts there. One of the bundles that's retiring is the, let me get it, Christmas Classics. You know that absolutely beautiful Mega Suite? I love when Stampin' Up! Has Mega Suites because you get so many options. Here it is. Joy of Christmas is the suite. And the card I'm going to show you is using this one, the Christmas Classics bundle. So here's a card I wanted to, I just received it the other day in a swap. So this is one of the faux step cards, right? So you can see, hopefully there you go. And we've got the pretty tartan paper there. And then this is that pretty label. We've also got the trees from the Very Cute. Pretty sure that's where those are from. So don't miss out on grabbing these products. Very Cute and the Joy of Christmas, Christmas Classics, and Joy of Noel stamps before they're gone, because they'll be gone by the end of, well, January 3rd, I guess, is when they'll be gone. Okay, now I'm going to bring us back over. Boop. Go. And I'm going to just, there. Oh, good. I'm so glad my cursor's working today. That was a nightmare the other day. Hi, Sally. How are you? Oh, definitely Case It Mo. It's so easy. I don't know what it's called. And like I said, maybe you don't need the window sheet, but I like it because it adds that stability, and it's kind of easy to space them out. A lot easier on the acetate than it is just trying to stick them on there. You're good. I'm glad you're good, Diane. Excellent. Anybody else got anything to say? I don't think so. I'm scrolling, but I don't see anything. Okay, well, that was a fast card. How fast? So you're going to all go grab your leftover pieces of DSP, because you could do so many of these, and it's pretty easy. You can just bang them out. 3x3 is all you need on a 4 1/4 by 3 inch piece of window sheet, and a seam. So pretty easy. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming today. What else have I got to tell you? Not much. As I said, the last chance products is in full swing. Make sure you grab what you want before they're gone. And I'll see you next time on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And until then, happy stamping. Hope you get some creative time in for your